I'm Tom Bolger. We're going to have a chat about the new adjustable lanyard from Fixe. It's called the Manso. It consists of two main elements, which is one is the dynamic rope and the other is the locking mechanism, which is made up of two parts. Tirana was the last stronghold of the Moorish Empire. Due to its rocky landscape, it created this impenetrable fortress and took hundreds of years for the Christian invasion, which happened in the 12th century. Tirana is a village known for its resistance. Whether it be the Moorish Empire, the Christian invasion, the walls and the climbing, and the village is still here today. Its resistance against time is undefeatable. However, in addition to coming to Tirana to learn about history, people now come here to do something different too.
Hello and welcome to the second round of the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. It's 2026 and we've started things off with a bang. From Korea to Saas-Fee in Switzerland, this is a legendary venue, and what an opportunity to the athletes to nail their name on the top of the podium, get a gold medal and go home with all the glory. My name is Matt Groom. I'm going to be calling all of the action for tonight's competition, and it's going to be a busy couple of days here in Saas-Fee. Today, it was the qualifying for lead for the men and the women. That took place earlier on, and the top 16 will move forward till tomorrow morning's semi-final. There was also the speed practice and qualification. The athletes, the 16 men and 16 women who had made it through, are in this final, and it's also the final of the European Championships as well. It's a little bit confusing, but basically the top 3 European athletes will win the medals for the European Championships. We'll try to keep you updated as we go along, if at all possible, but it's a little bit complicated. So, speed ice climbing, what's it all about then? Well, don't worry, over the next couple of hours I will be taking you through all of the intricacies of this sport, and it really is a high-octane sport as well. The athletes climbing as fast as they can with daggers on their hands and feet. It's certainly going to be intense, and we're now looking at the start list of the athletes who have made it through to this stage. Winners from last year, and I think we're about to get underway straight away here. No hanging around for the women, and it is Angelita Limbach underway from the USA. She gets the nod from the officials on the left-hand side. Now, speed ice climbing has a few different forms. There's dual, or there's this format. I don't actually know the name of this format, but it's not dual. Basically, the athletes have 3 runs. The times are added together, and the best time will win. That's how things are worked out. And it's good work from Angela Limbach right now. Oh, but a slip at the top, sliding out of this ice. I don't think she got to the timing pad. That's not going to count. Angela Limbach back on the ground for the USA. So Angela Limbach leaves the ice onto the stage. Next athlete, Jim Yong Kim, will come. Should be Jim Yong Kim, unless I've... possibly. Unless I've got a start list wrong here. So, underway, pumping those legs. She makes some good, strong moves here. So, underway now, climbing with some skill up the middle of this ice structure here. Hooking, doing well. The ice, and we're going to talk about the ice in detail later on, but it's certainly better than it was last year. Big blocks, but it's a very featured-like structure, almost overhanging. And we think that was Mate Villa-Lopez from Spain. Apologies about this, our start lists are a little bit out. But we'll let you know when we can. So Mahin underway for Israel now. And that's good work from her. She makes some quick speed up the middle of this structure right now. A lot of the athletes in Saas-Fee historically hook on the left-hand side. That's because the ice tends to get very, very thin out there. But as you can see, it's a little bit different this year. She found a point. She had to really dig deep to get that one. Who makes some good hooks to recover. She's sticking with this left-hand side. It's going to be interesting here because a lot of the athletes do use that method, their hooks on the left, but not this year. During practice and qualifications, they were choosing a different method right up the middle of the structure. So we'll have to wait and see. Hello to YouTube, by the way, who is commenting. We've got our locals in the house. Lovely to see you all. You know who you are. People are asking about the ice. Looks hard. It's cold this year in Saas-Fee, yep. So we don't have any of that sort of slight sponginess to the ice we can get when it's a bit warmer. It's freezing in the stadium, but it's not cold enough to be brittle. So I think if the ice doesn't change, it's actually some pretty good conditions here. Right, Caitlin Connor from Great Britain underway. Big holds to be had right in the middle of the wall, as you can see, and she's making quick work on that. This is why the athletes have been avoiding the left-hand side of this wall, because of the placements right in the middle and the way the ice has formed this year. And Caitlin Connor is setting a good time here. It's going to be the fastest time, I think, so far. Makes her way up, nicely tops that timing pad. Good work from her. And we'll wait for the scores to be updated, but I've got a 29.62 being the fastest so far. Caitlin Connor did look a little bit quicker than that to me, in 24.04, yes. So Caitlin Connor moves forward in the top provisional position. Vivian Labrielle, and this lady absolutely loves being in Saas-Fee, as you can imagine. The Swiss local, this is where she trains, she lives nearby, and you can hear the crowd immediately echoing around the car park celebrating with Vivian. And Vivian, slow and steady at the start, wants to make sure of those picks, but we've seen this method work quite a few times. That's the little overhanging bulge she's just crossed, and then starts to pick the pace up. This is good from Vivian, a real climb of 2 halves here. Down at the bottom, she was slow. At the top, she's absolutely motoring through the ice. Look at this from Vivian. Surely this is going to be our new provisional best time. And we'll wait and see for the time to be updated as we wait here. Back to the ground for Vivian Labrielle. And her teammate Jill Zollinger comes out onto the ice. Jill, one of the new athletes here, taking part in speed this evening. Of course, as I said earlier on, in case you missed it, lead semi-finals and lead finals will come tomorrow. It's a Saturday the 24th. So Jill, with lots of cries of LA, is a little bit faster than Vivian down low. And Vivian, by the way, did get the fastest time, 21.28 currently. This is Jill hooking her way through this middle section of ice. This is where she could pick up the pace, actually, but actually struggling a bit with the legs. Just not driving and just about catching herself then. If there's no points of contact, it will count as a fall, and that will be it for that run. Big hooks at the top, stops the timing pad. And I think that was slower than Vivian. It'll down into the 29s, you'd imagine, with that one. We just wait for the score to be updated. There is a UIAA scoring system, 25.99, so quicker than I thought, but still outside of the provisional lead. Right, Lindsay Levine comes onto the ice, makes the hooks. She was competing in lead earlier on today. Now speed. Didn't get through in lead. This is her chance to get some prize money, get on the podium. Let's see how she does this. Little bit scrappy at the beginning of the run. Now finding some decent hooks. You can see our scoreboard on the right-hand side. That's the top 5 who have currently run. And this is good here. Now she hits the middle part. Big hooks to come on this upper section. There are the little caves that are developing. Good work from her here. Lindsay Levine stops the clock. Where's that going to be? It wasn't the slowest. I don't think it was quite the fastest, but not a bad run from her. Team USA, big representation here throughout the rounds. And Team USA, I know you will be online. In fact, as I say that, the YouTube comments start. People are asking qualifying results. Yes, good question. You can find them. I haven't got the exact link, but if you sort of Google UIAA results, you can then find them from then. Right, Aneta Luchetska comes on. Silver medal in Korea. Oh, that's not a great start. Losing her first hook. And hopefully that doesn't just knock her confidence a bit. Obviously, you want that first hook to be feeling nice and secure, and she has changed her mind on it. So here we go. Aneta, one of the favourites here tonight for a podium. What can she do on her first run? Out of sight of the camera, and she's deciding to go very quickly through the first bit, and that's why it's risky. Big fall on the overhang. She managed to save it, but only just. So time to make up. She's using the hooks on the left-hand side. It's smooth from Aneta, but that mistake down low will cost her. She needs to get the rest of it done. Crosses through, hits the timing pad, makes sure of it with a double tap. And we wait and see. She looked a little disappointed. Knows that was a big, big first slip there. And currently, by the way, I've got Lindsay Levine down as a fall on her run. Not quite sure. Aneta, though, 17.34. Oh, my goodness. She's just utterly smashed it. And replacing her position is the gold medalist from last year. Olga Kosek is out and about now. So Olga, and we know she's got this style. I called her the Terminator. She said, please don't call me the Terminator. I'm going to call her the Terminator because she is relentless out there. And here we go. She starts off on her run. Back and forth, a little bit springy, but struggling down low a little. I think it's just rhythm. She hasn't quite found it yet. And Olga Kosek... Oh, sorry, it's not Olga Kosek. Isabel Kopech. I'm sorry, Olga. I'm talking complete rubbish. I did think your style was different. Apologies. Right, Isabel stops the pad. I'm sorry, Polish people got confused. Double Polish people. Isabel Kopech sets her first run. Now, remember, 17.34 for Aneta. Where's Isabel going to slot in? 29s will leave her down at the bottom. 22, that's not bad. That's round about 4th place at the moment. 3rd place, 22.25 for Isabel. Good stuff there. Haeyeon Kim is out now. Took the journey over from Korea. Thank you to the Koreans for hosting such a wonderful World Cup. A couple of weeks ago now. We've all just about recovered from jet lag. Right, Haejun Kim underway. And this is a very fast, very dynamic start from her. Big hooks far above her head as she makes the moves through the overhang section, now into the middle part here, creeping towards the caves. Very, very quick at the top. That is impressive. This might be our new leader. Let's wait and see. That was very, very fast there. It's got to beat 17.34 from Aneta. Where will Kim end up with that one? That's going to be very close to Aneta's time. I wait with bated breath. Come on, judges, type it in quickly. We want to know the scores here. That's our top three at the moment. And it's a 17.42, so ever so slightly and only just fractionally close, slower than Aneta. Right, here is Olga. Apologies, Olga. She doesn't want me to call her the Terminator. I'm going to call her the Terminator. She is relentless, and look at her go through the bottom of this wall. It's good stuff from Olga, and this is fast. Look at her. Speed has found her niche in the last couple of comps, and this is going to be another brilliant time from Olga Kosek. Oh, but she missed it right at the very top. It only probably cost her a tiny amount of time, not really enough to do anything about for her, but she'll want to clean that up the next time. It was just before she hit the timing pad, but I think that's quick enough. I think that's going to slot potentially into the 16s. Let's see if I can count in my head properly as we wait for the update. Kat Shirley announced in the background. 16.27, yes. Olga jumps up into the lead by about a second over Aneta. So that's a statement. Aneta's going to have to find something on that second run if she's going to compete here. Right, Kat Shirley, another one who could easily find her way onto the podium. She did in Korea. Underway, there's no full starts here. You can start when the beeps get going. You can see the bottom section up towards the overhang. It's not that overhanging, but you can see the little kick that the ice gives you. Then the athletes will accelerate as things get vertical. This is another good run. Kat Shirley, super consistent, landing, trusting those feet, and 17.98, great from her. 17.98 from Kat Shirley. That is a good time. It's going to be about fourth position as it stands. So we wait for those scores to be updated. Just two to go now. Lee Beck and Slenge Nyamadu. And Lorena Beck as well. So three to go. We'll finish things off. YouTube, how are you doing, my people? I'm very impressed whenever you guys come and spend some time with me, especially with speed ice climbing. It's niche, let's be honest, and you guys are giving up your Friday evening if you're in Europe to be here with me, so thank you so, so much. And what a great way to spend Friday. Right, this isn't Kat Shirley. This is Lee Beck from Liechtenstein, underway, and the clock ticking away here as she starts to make some progress. Little bit of a slip, that'll cost her half a second. Nearing the top now, decided to avoid the little pockets. 15, 16 now, and that's very fast. Forget the cost her a couple of seconds. That's going to be 16.27 for Olga, so that will be new leader when it's updated. So Lee Beck will move into the top spot on the leaderboard. Fast stuff from her here. Yeah, so YouTube, if you wouldn't mind, just because I'm feeling a little bit lonely, Matt Goo on YouTube says, don't tell my boss I'm watching this at work. Matt, unless your boss is also watching this at work, I think you're safe. If not, I've just revealed you to the world. I'm sorry, Matt, it's too funny. Couldn't help it, mate. Right, taking a very deep breath there is Slenge Nyamadu, your overall leader from 2025. This lady didn't have the best of comps by her standards over in Korea. Would like to bounce back here and get onto the leaderboard. Onto the top three, and look at her right at the beginning. It's a big slip though, double slips, and all of that pace she started to build in the first couple of slips gone, but now look at this is what she can generate, and it's very, very smooth from her at the top. No mistakes, and a 13.01. Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable from Slenge. She saw everyone else's time and just said, hold my beer, I'm going next, watch this. Unbelievable from her. Only Lorena Beck can do something about this on her last round. Slenge with a deep breath. You could see she was setting herself up for that, and that is a real gauntlet throwing down for the rest of the women's circuit here. So Lee Beck will finish things off. Sorry, Lorena Beck will finish things off. on this first round of 16. 3, of course, to go throughout the competition. Oh, a big slip. She just about saved it there, and that's when you can puncture yourself as well. She had to be careful, but it's good work for Lorena Beck. And another 13. It's a 13.13. Wow. Well, Slenge and Lorena in a little bit of a world of their own here as we will reset for the second round. And that also is very important for the European Championship, which will be Liebeck, Olga Kosek and Aneta Luchecka in the top 3. At the moment, provisionally, of course. And we rotate through. So Angela Limbach is out next. All right, underway then on her second run. Got a fall on her first run. So whatever happens here, things will improve. Right, Angela Limbach comes down 27.31 for her. A little bit of a shrug of her shoulders. That's a time set, though, on the board for her. Okay, Mate Villa-Copez will be up next. We don't exactly know what happened to Jin Young Kim, but she was on our list, but not in the competition, so that name, we will take that name out in a sec. All right, so, Mate. Got a 29.73 on her first run. Good stuff from her. Nice and, well, 16 seconds. I was about to say nice and smooth, but hesitation in the middle section. That's going to cost her a little bit dearly. Up she goes towards the top. Slaps that time. We had 29.19. Remember, look for the best time here. .19. So that is just about an improvement on her previous score, but still in the 29, so still some work to do for Mate here. Okay, next up, Machin Kali to set a time. 29.62 was her previous. Mahin rips the tool down low, carries on regardless, finding these big hooks now. Fast stuff from her, but now some little leg kicks, some slips down. Up with the left axe, up with the right, into the caves now. Finds the pockets, and the top half wasn't too bad, but the bottom cost, so 24.72 though is an improvement. Right, a few people asking about things like falls and slips and stuff. A little bit different in this form of the competition compared to the dual event, so some different rules. And yes, athletes still need to display their country codes somewhere on their uniform. A lot of them have it on their helmets, some on their arms, some of them have it built into their uniforms. But those rules are still in place, yeah. Caitlin Connor then set a good time in her last run. First one to break under the 25 barrier, it's 24.04. She'll want to go all out on this one, leave nothing behind, give herself one to play with. And it's fast at the moment from her. Ripped the left tool though, had to settle for a higher placement, makes a match. A little bit confused there in the middle part. Now finding the smoothness, big reaches above her head. Slaps the time we've had, 24.76. So, no, that's a little bit slower than that first round. So no improvement from Caitlin. Not this time. It was just that middle part, wasn't it? The match she found, ripping that left tool, having to reset. It is all about rhythm in these comps, and if you're thrown out of it, it can be so hard. But that's where the fitness comes in. That, need to drive your legs, keep on pushing through. That's where it comes to. Okay, Vivian Labrielle then. Got a big reaction the first time around. She's getting a big reaction this time too. 21.28 is the time to beat from her time. 13 seconds if she wants a gold medal. It's going to be a tough ask. But this is much quicker. Using the left-hand side now as that area starts to wear in. Nearly rips at all and falls. Has to refine the energy. Fell again at the top. Just about caught herself. Let's see where that's going to leave her. It's quicker into the 18s with an 18.92. So smashed her previous time, but some way off our top three at the moment. Solange, as you can see, 13.01, not been beaten. The best time out of the three will count. So next rotation comes through. Jill Zollinger. Swiss athlete number 2. So, Jill, underway then. The clock starts ticking on the left-hand side of your screen. She's going right into the middle before a slight traverse back left, but not using the side hooks that some women were. And that's a fall. Our first fall we've seen. So no disqualification. So we'll just have another chance for another run later on. People are talking about hooking the edge of the wall. Yes, you are allowed to do that. It really depends on the structure. So occasionally they tape it off. Occasionally it's just not possible. But here in Saas-Fee it's very possible and encouraged, and it's something more and more athletes are doing, actually. And there's a couple of venues like this. Some athletes have started to build side hooks onto their wooden plywood training walls if they have them. So it's really becoming a part of this sport now. So Lindsay Levine, shout out to YouTube as well. I know you guys will go crazy for her. She's underway over the overhang now, using a couple of side hooks, but mainly sticking to this front face here. Scrabbling the feet, but it's a fall from Lindsay. And that is interesting. I do wonder whether the ice is starting to get a little bit chewed up. We know it can do. It develops throughout any competition. That's 2 falls in a row then. So Aneta Luchetska has a look up at where Levine fell. That will be in the back of her mind. Of course, it's so different, isn't it? You never know as a climber which bit of ice is going to stay attached to the wall for you when you get to it. But it does allow you to start seeing where the problem areas are developing. So Aneta got a 17.34. She's going to have to find something in the 13s if she wants to beat Solange on this one. That might not be the run. She slipped going to the overhang. Now she finds some pace, though. Just needs to keep blasting through this section. Look at the time. This could be very good. 13.29. She made sure of it. But it's not going to quite be the gold medal. But what a step up in time. We knew she had it in her. I think that first one was just a sort of a seeding, a sighting run on the ice to try to check it out. She went 17. She's gone 13. Oh, no, it says 17. No, it's 13. There we go, up to 3rd place for Aneta. So she slept into a podium position. Now, Olga. Sorry, not Olga. I keep saying this every time. What am I doing? So Isabella Kopec. All right, 22.25 on her first run. A little bit side to side at the moment, nearly a fall. She went into that hole you can see in the middle of the ice. It ripped immediately out. Hasn't seeming to pick sort of a path up this so far, just a little bit erratic back and forth, and now straying way to the right-hand side. Has hardly been climbed on that section at all, not very big holes, and a 27.22 is one to forget for Isabella. She'll have another go. YouTube is enjoying things as well. Thank you for your support to the athletes, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, Haejun Kim onto the ice. I think she's got those new Crookenoggies everyone's talking about. The tools. 17.4 to beat on her first run. Solange's time still the fastest by quite some way at the moment. This was quick though, 17.42 was quick to start with. She's not going to get into the 13s with that, but 17.42 should be beaten. 15, no, it won't be beaten now. She's in huge trouble. Swings around, holds on, and then makes, oh no, a bit of a disastrous run here. Haejun Kim takes the fall, the time won't count, and 17.42 will be her fastest at the moment. Still, she's got another run to go, plenty of time for her. And that last run can be where we see some pretty incredible things happen in speed ice climbing, leaving it all behind. You might as well just go for it on that final run. Right, Olga Kosek stands up to the mark. Last week's winner, 16.27. So we'd expect her to find a couple of seconds here. And will need to if she wants another podium. Very fast start. You can see her intention straight away. Wow, this is a different lady doing a different technique. Not the slow and steady. Forget about that. It's just a tear up the wall from Olga Kosek, but it's cost her. And that's the problem when you leave it all behind. Ripping out of the ice, she tilts her head. She knows it's just one of those things. She committed to the fast run, and that is where things get risky. She rolled the dice. Didn't quite work out that time. So, Kat Shirley onto the ice. YouTube, prepare yourself. Start sending those messages. 3 runs, everyone. 3 runs. So here we go. Kat Shirley eyes up the first hold and gets underway straight away, but an immediate slip down low. She'll have to find some pace in the second half of this route now. Through the overhang with no problem. Not using the side of the wall at all. You can see the angle of those axes. Big slip, and that was a fall. The ice ripped out. She kind of got her feet in, but it was gone really. So the clock will tip down. 19 seconds runs past, and Kat Shirley will not be able to put a time on the board here on run 2. One more run to go though. And then Katie Shirley says, "Go Kat, love you." We've got some families in the house here in the chat. Lee Beck is up next. Nearing the end of this run here. Our final few, the athletes coming out in the opposite order from where they qualified. So Solange was the fastest. She's out last. Lee Beck using the edge of the wall. 16.23 was her first time. That's good. And she's hooked the very top. Managed to get an axe embedded in the screw hole just to make sure. 14.97 is faster. So she knocks 2 seconds off. She's looking down at the pick of her ice tool there, because you don't really want to be hooking a screw like that. It tends to dull the blade, and the athletes want it razor sharp for speed. Right, Solange Nyamadou is our current leader. 13.01 on that first one. Can she go quicker? Can she put more distance between herself and the rest here? A bounce back from a disappointing Korean competition for Solange, and what a way to do that immediately with that 13 seconds. All right, underway. Look at the speed of those legs. She drives herself upwards, pumping through the bottom. Now finds the hooks on the side. It's still fast. She's still going. Hardly breathing as she makes her way through. Watch the clock. It's going to be sub 13. It's going to be an 11.29. Wow. Well, Solange Nyamadou might have just put down an unbeatable run there with that one. It was so quick. She rolled the dice. She risked it all, and it worked out, because regardless of what happens in this next round, she has just set a stormer of a time. Look at that leaderboard change. 11 seconds on our Saas-Fee board. The first person to do that here this evening. That was very fast. Well, at least Lorena Beck will know that the wall is running well as she steps up for her final run of run 2. Sorry, the final run of run 2, not her final. Right, fast at the beginning. Makes some hooks on the left-hand side. Finds the right-hand hook as well. Look at those legs. Slipping and sliding now. That right axe keeps twisting down. She wants to hook a little bit more vertically here. It's fast, but it's not going to be an 11 seconds fast, but it is 15. That will bump her up the runnings there. Improvements for her score. And we will wait to see on that one. There's a yellow gold thing around Lee Beck's name there. It's likely to be an appeal. Sorry, Lorena Beck. Haven't heard anything about that yet, but I'll let you know if I do. So, final runs. We have final runs? Yes, we are. Angela Limbach then, on her final run. Fell on the first one, 27.31 on the second one. Would need to find an amazing time here if she's going to get near a podium. But would like to lift off the bottom spots here by getting something quick here in the can. Make some hooks through the middle of the wall. over the little overhang section. This is where most women have decided to start hooking on the left-hand side. She's sticking to the middle channel at the moment. Good work here from Angela Limbach. Will it be faster though? She's trying to beat 27. It's going to be very close to that. 25, 26. No, it ticks over. So not a PB for her on this wall into the 30 seconds mark, and that is going to leave her just a little bit behind the rest.
Thank you, Angela Limbach, for participating in Saas-Fee on the World Cup speed climbing.
So Mate waits, gets clipped in. So 29.19 is her run to beat. Very consistent in the 29s, but needs to put a faster time down here. Legs exploding there. That crampon just on the front of the fruit boot means that if you go a little bit further back from those crampons, you've got nothing to stand on. They only end on the forefoot. This is not bad though. 17 seconds now. Much quicker. It was her top section that changed things for her. At a 22, that was good. Smashed her own PB here tonight in finals. 29.19, shattered into a 22. Mahin then approaches. She's been in the 24s for her fastest time. Straight off the blocks, the second the beep sounded, Mahin is climbing well here. Is she good enough just to bump that time up, maybe get into the low 20s at 24.72? Looks in threat right now. She's slightly slowed down though as she approaches the top. Needs to launch, and a 20, another PB set. Good work from Mahin. So, next up, Caitlin Connor to finish off her ice competition here. She's also in the 24s. 24.04 on her first run was the fastest. All right, so here we go. One last look at the audience before she drove her way upwards, fast at the bottom. And this is the big reaches that she does. Goes for the long hooks, but that's a fall for her. It's not going to count, and she's going to have to settle with that first run of 24.04 for her. We rotate through quickly here in the final round. The men's will be up next. Another 16 athletes await us. They'll be warming up. Vivian Labrielle then would love to beat that 18.92. They need 13 seconds or lower to get onto the podium. Vivian with one last go here. Using the traditional Saas-Fee side hook technique. She sticks with it all the way through. Big slit there. Managed to save it on the right tool. Into the caves now. The end is in sight. She keeps moving at a 16.62 for Vivian Labrielle. That is a faster time, much, much faster for her. And we'll wait and see where that leaves her in the overall leaderboard. Here is Jill then on her final run. Run 2. She rolled the dice, didn't she? Took a slip, 25.99 to beat. I think she'll go fast again. Why not at this stage? She's lightning off the blocks, but then loses a little bit of rhythm down low. Now starts to hook. Rips another axe, doing well, but it's the feet that are causing problems. She's just not getting a good enough purchase off those front points at the moment. You can see every time she makes a step up, it's just not quite in. Better on the hard ice at the top of the wall. Another slip just to finish things off. and it's going to be slower than before. 26.53 for Jill. Not the quickest round we've seen, but just struggled with those front points down low. So Lindsay Levine up now, a little cheeky tongue out at the camera. And a deep breath from Lindsay. So up goes Lindsay Levine. Can she find anything? She's had 2 no scores so far. Needs to put something on the board here. The clock is ticking. She's ripping though. Struggling a little bit on the middle. Can she find a bit more pace here as she nears the top of the ice wall? Gets these hooks in. It's going to be a time for her. Surely it will be. Yes, Lindsay Levine stops the clock. 26.46 for her. Good work from Lindsay. She returns to the ground. Time on the board. Let's see where that leaves her. Nice little moment with Annetta there, those 2 good friends. So Annetta put a 17 down on her first run, went into the 13s on her second. Solange then stepped into an 11. Can Annetta find something magical here? It all needs to go perfectly. She has to have the pace, no slips, and there's immediately a slip on that first move. She's going to be up against it, and it's a little bit slower to my eye than it was before. And slipping on those hooks. That 13.29 might be the one that stays then for Annetta. She nears the top. Oh, missed the pad. Hits it the second time, but 15.10 though. That is slower than before, and that's going to leave her in a very tricky bronze medal position. She's going to be nervously watching on here. And there's a couple who might be able to pip her here. She knows it wasn't the best run. A little grimace on her face there. Well, Isabel Kopech comes off, or comes on. So, Isabella underway, 22.25 versus 27.22 on her second one. Had those slips on that second one. This looks better though. Much, much smoother from Isabella. Into the 15s, 16s, 17s. It's going to be sub 20 though, and a 17.92 for her. Haejun Kim then comes out. .42 on the first one. Let's see if she can improve on that one. The ice does seem to be speeding up a little bit, and those ledges, those holes get deeper. Right, Haejun Kim nears the top, 16 seconds. It's not going to be quicker than that first one, but it's pretty close to it. 18.58. Good consistency from Kim. All right, well, Kim leaves the stage, her comp done. Now, Olga is someone who hasn't quite had the run yet, has she? 16.27 in the first one, no score on the second one. All comes down to this, and she went for that full speed approach on the last one. Let's see if the Terminator has entered killer mode here. She gets herself set. Right, good down low, no big mistakes. Into the middle section now. This is where she needs to start picking up the pace a little bit. Remember, 11 seconds. It's going to tick past that point. So it's not going to be the gold. Is it going to be on the podium? No, it's outside of that. 15.73 for Olga Kosek. We'll leave her outside of the top provisional 3. Interesting camera angle. Just dropped into shot. She's all right, I think. Oh, here's another lady who can do something to the scores. Kat Shirley onto the ice. She was in the 17s on that first run. Second run let her down, but she's more than capable here. Kat has one last chance to put a podium run together here. Needs to be into the 13 seconds. Starts immediately, and that's very smooth down low. Much better than most. Then has the hesitation. Now she can start to find some pace, though, on this middle part. But the ice starts to shatter. Nearly fell, though. Nearly had a second fall. It's not going to be a podium for Kat Shirley this time. Slips the feet once more. Where is it going to end up, though? It's going to be a bit slower than her first run. 20.21 for Kat. She will turn her attention to the lead tomorrow now. Unlucky for Kat, not quite where she'd want to be for a speed finals. Will miss out on the podium, but still a strong performance from her, as it always is. Lee Beck, then, is currently sitting in second place with that. Is she sitting? Sorry, not second place. That might be Lorena. Apologies. Right, let's see what Lee Beck can do with this one. 14.97 to beat. Gambourets from the MC. This is quick. 12 seconds, 13.41. Whoa, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. Let's see where that ends up for the leaderboard. It's going to be just outside, isn't it? Yeah, Annetta's time is safe for the moment. 13.41 will keep her in fourth. But only just the smallest of margins in it. So Solange Nyamadou has won this competition with that 11.29, but she's going to want to go out on a bang whatever happens, just to make sure that Lorena Beck to come can't do anything crazy in her final run. Solange will want to put something together here regardless, but that 11.29, she flew up the wall on that second run. Is this going to be a victory lap? Let's see. It's very, very fast, pumping those legs, but she has had an immediate slip. Now starts to pick up the pace. It's going to be slower, though. She left it all on the line. Look how fast she is when she gets going, though. This lady is absolute lightning on the ice. It was going to be close to that 13. It's going to be slower, though. 15.38. She won't worry too much about that. That 11.29 will stand. So, a final athlete before we get confirmation, and we might also be able to confirm the European Championship results. The European athletes in this final will get podium places if they manage to get through. So Solange Nyamadou wouldn't take place in the European Championships, but obviously she would win the World Cup. Well, can Lorena Beck do anything about this? Our fastest qualifier on the day. She's already got a 13.13. Can she find an 11? Can she get a gold medal? She's underway. And this is very, very quick. Oh, that was a slip, though. Can she recover something from it? Got to pick the pace here. No, she's slowed down. The 11 ticks away from her. It's not going to be the gold here tonight. And another slip at the top just puts the coffin in that run. A 16, but it doesn't really matter because the first run of 13.13, which is the one that counted. Well, we'll wait for confirmation of the results. We'll see where everyone has finished up. Solange gets a fist bump. That was so impressive by that lady there. The first run was fast, and then that second run was just ridiculous. No one came close to it. 2 seconds outside of Solange's time. So the winner is Solange Nyamadou, followed by Lorena Beck, and then Aneta Luchetska, who picks up a bronze medal just over Lee Beck. Olga Kosek in 5th, Vivian Labriel 6th, 7th Hadrian Kim, and 8th is Isabel Kopecz with a 17.92. Lorena Beck, this is the European, I'm pretty sure. So Lorena Beck, Aneta Luchetska, Lee Beck and Olga Kosek are our top 4. So Aneta takes the silver, Lorena the gold, and Lee the bronze for the European champs. Good stuff. Right, the men await somewhere in the darkness of our Saas-Fee car park, and you can see now the routes that twist and wind over each other. They will be in action tomorrow, and the wall here was extended last year, so an extra 5 meters or so of climbing. It really is an enormous structure here. And of course, what makes this event unique is the fact that there are people all the way around it. So as you climb, you go past the fans. And it's quite bizarre. You could be, 18 metres off the ground, theoretically, and have someone screaming your name right next to you. It's a real experience if you've never tried Saas-Fee. So if you're in the area, do come down. You can buy some tickets. If not, well, just join me on the live stream. I'll be taking you through all of the action. I'm not sure quite what's going on here with the 3 Korean boys, but they are hyping themselves out on the stage. I like that. A little bit of a war cry. Peg Shu says, every time the ice breaks and the Fifis come out, I worry about the climbers' thighs. Yes, so do the climbers. It is a genuine concern. People are stabbed all the time in this sport. Some athletes wear protection, but most don't. Right, this is the starting list for the men 16. And same as with the women 3 runs, and we will be looking for the best time. There's some very fast athletes in here, including Reza, last week's champion. Well, this little pause in proceedings is where the athletes swap over. Women have gone first, of course. That's Lars-Erik Dolph up next. First athlete out, the lowest qualifier for the men. And the highest qualifier will be coming out last, who will be in a couple of minutes here. So, Lars-Erik Dolph from Switzerland, the home crowd athlete, will get a big cheer as he sets off here. Right, the men are underway. Let's see what this wall can do for them then. He's using the side hooks. Nice and fast through that bottom section. The top clipping up to the 10-second mark. Where's it going to be? No, a big slip on the final couple of metres. Lars started to spiral a little bit. Those legs got wild as he approached the top. And that last couple of metres, too much. And he won't set a time on his first run here. So Jun-Kyo Park from Korea, he was one of the 3 who did the that little sort of circle on the stage at the beginning. Jun-Kyo Park underway and very fast. Look at this, he's practically jumping up this wall. Massive bounds through the middle part of the route. Hits the top section using the side hooks. Misses the caves. This is going to be fast though, my goodness, an 11.74. But Slenge Yamadou is still faster, That was good stuff though. Exciting run there from Jun-Kyo Park. Here's a look at the route he just took. His teammate waits behind him, Min-Chol Kim. Big star in Korea. Gets clipped on. He did so well last week as well at his home World Cup. So Min-Chol Kim. Tools in the ice here. Just chiseling out a little bit of a placement for that right tool. The chat is starting to talk about sub 10 seconds. You feel like it's coming, don't you? Who's going to smash that 10-second barrier? Someone will here tonight. Min-Chol Kim has a look around, waits for the beeps, and we are underway then. A little bit of a hesitation on that first kick, and low as well. Not the start he would have wanted here. Still, he can test up the top section, but you can see maybe Hart not quite in it on this run. Set to time of 12 seconds, which is fast, but those steps around the corner so tricky. So Kim gets unclipped. Samuel Erel is up next here. Samuel Eberel comes on. There he is. Looking forward to going to Liechtenstein next week for the Youth Championships. If anyone's there, come and say hello. I've never been there before. I don't even know what's there, to be honest. So, Samuel jumps off the starting blocks. He's underway now as well. Clearly wants a fast time here, but it's a big slip on that little overhang section. Turns that though, now finds some speed. Trending over towards the right-hand side of the ice. Big hooks needed and a 12.27. Good work from him. Dan Samuel comes to the ground and you can see the crowd there who have come into our car park. It's quite cool because when you walk up to this stadium, you can just hear the noise underneath you somewhere, and you get a lift down, and as you're going down the lift or down the stairs, you can just feel the atmosphere kind of coming towards you. It's a very exciting place to go climbing. Andreas Gantner, more than capable here of a podium place. He gets set up. Yeah, and this is why. Look at the speed in those legs down low. Now a bit more upper body needed as he hits the more vertical section of ice here. Using the hooks on the side. Hits the top at a 10.25, close to that 10-second barrier. I told you he's more than capable, and Andreas will move into the provisional top spot with that one. So into the ice shavings, there's a big pile of ice shavings that the athletes create. Every now and again, some members of the team will come and clear some of that away or sweep the area to make sure it's clear for the athletes. Florian Gantner then, the two teammates climbing right after each other, and brothers too. All right, fast as we'd expect down low, but a big slip. Had to really hack that right Fife into the axe to stop himself from slipping. Now it's fast though. Side hooks, now switches to the middle. That's a good route, you know, but the timer doesn't stop. Now that's going to be interesting. I think he's obviously missed it. It looked to me like he hit it, but I think he just went to the right of it. And the time resets. Jan says, ice shavings, do I hear cocktails? Sadly not, Jan. That would be great though, wouldn't it? That'd be brilliant. We could recycle the ice shavings for gin and tonics. So Jan comes from Poland. Halfway through now the men's first run. Nods, he's ready. Off he goes, off the starting blocks, and it is fast down low for Jan here. Using his cone-like features on his hands to stop yourself stabbing into your wrist or arm with the Fife. Really powerful climbing from him, and a 13.18. It's amazing how close the men and women's times are. Super impressive. So 10.25 leads the way over Park. From Gantner leads the way over Park and Arable. Dennis waves to the crowd. The big Netherlands home crowd. That was in Amsterdam last weekend. That was home crowd. Not this time. Switzerland. Came over with Marianne, of course. She'll be competing tomorrow with the lead. Dennis with the big support from the crowd who absolutely love this man. He's so tall, he has to climb the ice in a different way from everyone else, but look at this, reaching through at a 12.38 is fast from Dennis. That is pretty good. That will slip him into fifth place with that 12.38. 12 seconds needed for the top 5. And listen to this reaction for Jonathan Arthur Brown as he comes on. He'll be in lead. He's competing here in speed as well. And he really was one of the favourites for our crowd here tonight. So, underway then. Jonathan Arthur Brown using all of that power. Look at that left tool just drifting up the ice. Didn't even need a pick placement for a while. Now has some good... Look at that, a jump to the top and a 10.24 is going to put him just outside of the gold medal position. That was a dyno up to that final hold then, a launch from the left-hand side. Cool stuff to see from Jonathan. 10.24. I think we'll leave him in second position on that one. Nils Martin Dolph will be out next, and yes, no, he's first, just 0.1. Oh my goodness, that's close. Just beats Gantner there, does Brown. And 10.24 beats 10.25. That's about as close as I've ever seen it. That. So here is Nils Martin Dolph. Gets himself set. And he's underway then. Right, starts these big hooks on the left edge of the wall. This is very quick from him. No effort required as he floats upwards. Is this going to be our sub 10? Yes, it is. A 9.84. Drops us under the 10-second barrier. And Nils is our new provisional leader with that. And what a statement that is to the rest watching. Not halfway through our first run. Look at that celebration there from the one of our belay team. That's cool to see. They know beating 10 seconds was a big deal there. Another Korean athlete waits in the wings here. Hyun-Sum Lim. Got to be just over 10 seconds if you want to get into the top 3 at the moment. He's happy. Those quick draws provided by Fixe, who are our title sponsor this year. They do all the quick draws on the helmets you can see from the belay team, all their harnesses. And it really is a great brand to work with. I've used a lot of their stuff over the years. Really rate it. All right, Hyun-Sum Lim underway then. Reaches through the overhanging section with a big reach out left. This is fast on the side hooks. Hits the top of the wooden wall you can see on the left-hand side. Fast, though. Is it going to be? No, it's not. Big mistake at the top. Cost him. The clock keeps tipping. That will count as a fall. And he's back down to the ground. And that is a shame for him. It was looking good then until that fall. Yeah, hands on hips. He looks up. Well, he's got 2 more runs, of course, so he's got plenty of time to do this in, but not the start he would have wanted. All right, the mountain of the man comes on. Shakinjarul Otkenbaya comes out for Mongolia. Absolute monster of a human being. His shoulders are about as wide as my whole body. He's huge. All right, so let's see what time he can stop the clock at here. He's quickly underway. Shakinjarul. Fast through the middle, that's a slip, and he's going to touch almost the wall behind him then. Has to keep driving upwards, but that's going to cost him a lot of time, as you can see. Shatters the ice some more, and you can tell the fight gone out of this run. He'll just get something on the board. The 17, that man can go much, much faster than that.
2 more runs. Don't worry. Shakinjarul. You've got 2 more runs. Und jetzt kommt das Gewinner von 2-3 Jahren hier in Saas-Fee.
Yeah, disappointment on his face. He knows that wasn't what was needed in that moment, but he's got time. It's all good. Mandakbaya, Chulimbata comes out, his teammates. The Mongolian climbing squad, a bit of a mystery. You talk to people about the Mongolian team, they don't really know where they train, where they are, but they turn up and they're so quick compared to what they were the year before and compared to everyone else. All right, Mandakbaya underway then. Look at that, apart from that hesitation down low, look how fast this man is. Caught himself twice though. It'll cost him a few, but it's going to surely be sub 10. Yes, 9.71. Let's see where that leaves him in the system. A few people are talking about his automatic, like an auto belay compared to what we're seeing, which is people pulling it. I think ideally we'd have an auto belay. It's not always possible. It's a very expensive bit of kits. Not all the venues are set up for it. So this is a safe alternative, but some places, or most places, we do see that auto belay. Right, Reza Satarian is out. The winner from last week. This man is so quick. And he will risk it all out there on the ice. Gets himself set then. Probably the favourite here. Everyone's struggling with the first couple of moves on this. Just almost a bit fast off the blocks. But now, look at this. It's so smooth when Reza climbs. Like ice itself. 9.13. That's going to be our provisional lead as that 10-second barrier is smashed by 3 of our athletes. Fast stuff. And he will come into the top position with that one. Pushing Jonathan Arthur Brown outside of the top 3. Yes, it is updated. 9.13 our fastest time.
Doch noch weniger, Gott sei Dank. Noch nicht drüben ans Ziel.
Linus Beck then gets himself set up. Just himself and Mosen to go here. All right, can Linus do something about that? Can he get under 10 seconds? That's what's needed for a podium. It's looking good so far. That left hook almost sideways in his hands here as he finds the placement, launches through, and it's a fraction ahead of that 10-second barrier. That will leave him outside, but only just of the top three. I think I'll slot him into fourth here. Mosen then, our final climber to pit himself against the ice, steps onto the stage on this first round. The best round will move them forward. Let's see what Mosen can do here. Starts those feet driving straight away. Very little self-preservation, had to catch himself there with a big one, but look how fast he can reset. Wow. 10.12, that's really good. Considering he had two big moments on that, that could have been another second at least. So let's keep an eye on Mosen for the next round. Remember him, put him in the back. And we will reset back to Lars-Erik Dolph. So there is Lars-Erik Dolph. Qualified last here, but he set a good first time. Oh no, sorry, didn't set a good first time. 0 on the board, had that fall. Well, it's interesting down low. He has that kind of float technique as well. Just hangs an axe in the air for a couple of seconds. Now finding the speed at the top, but it's not going to be enough for a podium position here. But a 13.91. So, Lars will leave. And there is Park waiting. Well, there is Park waiting. Okay, he's ready to go then. 11.74. He was the first time to absolutely smash into the 11s here. Can he find sub 10? Well, he's underway and very quick off the blocks and into the middle section here. Explodes a right Fife, recovers well, finds some really reachy moves through the top. Slaps that pad, and 11.80 is good. Faster than his previous time and not going to be fast enough for the podium. I'll leave him down in 8th position. That's our mini leaderboard, of course, 16. Can't quite fit 60 names on the screen. Min-Chul Kim then gets himself set. 12 seconds, needs to improve on that one. Well, the buzzers go. He starts to fly then. That's pretty good. Stuck right to the middle channel of this wall. Now goes almost a little bit right. Might have cost him less hooks out there, but look how quick he could be again. Oh, what would have been? That was a 10.79, but there were mistakes throughout that run. That could have been good for Min-Chul Kim. He knows it as well as he comes down. Samuel strides forward, buries an axe, gets himself set. 12.27. All right, let's see what he can put down here. He needs to find a couple of seconds extra. Long stretch on that move, then finds the pace running through the middle part. This is good. It's not perfect, but it's good. And an 11.03, a second gained, second and a half gained on that first time. YouTube, remember to keep your comments coming. I'm having a look at it. Any questions you have, or just say hello. Tell me who you're supporting, where you're watching from, the usual stuff. Andreas Gantner then is up next. 10.25 was good in his first run. Can he build on that here? All right, off he goes. Those feet running down low, then he turns into an upper body movement up high, flicks that left ice axe on that big lump of ice that did cost him dears. Misses. I don't know how he touched that, only just. 10.91. There's a lump of ice left here, which he kind of got a bit hooked up in, couldn't remove that left tool, and it threw him off a little bit for the top few meters. So Florian waits for the beeps, gets going now. Those legs start kicking, makes a hook in the middle, finds more hooks on the top section, big hooks in the cave. This is fast at a 9.14 from Florian Gantner. He didn't get a time on the first one. I think he's just set the fastest time on the second one. Hello from Sweden, people are watching. People are watching from Canada, including Pete, by the way, who was my co-commentator last week, 2 weeks ago in Korea. Hello Pete, hope you're good. So Jan set a 13.18 on the first run. It was messy. He needs just to clean things up on this one, and he might knock a couple of seconds off here. So Jan slaps that timing pad, 11.44. So Jan with an 11.44. Big step up on that first time, that 13.18. Right, Dennis is 12.38. He looked good earlier on. Used that long, lanky method through the middle half. Hello from California. People watch all over the world. Right, Dennis has a big slip. Thunders that knee into the ice. I think he's all right though. Keeps going up through the middle section. Finds some hooks down low. Stops the clock on 13.29. So not quite as quick as that first run. It was down low that cost him a little bit. Jonathan Arthur Brown then. Tries to find some hooks for the starting position. All right, let's see what he can do with this one. Starts the feet driving, finds a left hook. It's wild like in the second run, but it's not quite as fast as that first run. And no, 10.24. He's clearly gone for this tactic, which is just like, I will dyno and do massive moves. But it didn't quite work that time. Worked very well the first time. Second one, he has that fall. It's inevitable, though, when you try to go for that tactic. I like to see it, and he has, of course, got one more in the tank. So here we go from Nils Martin Dolph. He was the first one to break the 10-second barrier. Can he do it again? 9.84. If he can shave some time, but it's not going to happen on that one. He takes the fall. No time for Nils Martin Dolph. So next up, waiting in the background there as he gets clipped on, is Hayden some limp. So our belays are ready, athlete ready. Off he goes then, big fire off with the left tool on the axe. Now finds a little bit more pace, but it's slow this round, and he needed a good time that first time, obviously a slip on it. Well, it's not going to be the quickest, but 13.77, he kicks the ice in frustration. Yeah, it just wasn't that clean, that run. Sakanjarl Otkumbaya comes out onto the stage now. He didn't have the cleanest of first runs, really went through the ice on a couple of occasions. Needs to be perhaps a little bit more delicate coming up through here. But he's got a style, and I think he'll probably stick with it. Right, here we go. Into the side ice. Should be quicker than that first run. That's not bad. It's going to be near 10. That slips cost him a couple, though. 12.05. Much, much quicker than that first 17, but not going to be enough for a podium place at the moment. Still looking a bit disappointed, but less disappointed than that first run. Okay, his teammate steps up then. Mandakbaya Chilimbata from Mongolia. 9.71 was that first run. That got him onto provisional podium. Those legs were flying up the ice as we saw on that first run. Just making sure of that left pick placement. Right, gets himself set. Here we go. We wait for starters' orders. The beeps go, and this bottom section, everyone sliding through that section at the moment, and another fall. That's a very early one from him. Just on that angle change where it goes from slightly angled into a little bit of an overhang. That's where he had the slip, couldn't recover, took the full fall, and his time won't count. So 9.71 will be his best time. We rotate quickly through because of it, and it's Reza time. YouTube, get ready to go crazy. I know you do when Reza comes on. 9.71 was fast on the first one. Sorry, 9.13 was fast on the first one. What can Reza do? Here we go then. It's so clean down low. Perfection from Reza. Can he put it all together on the top? If so, this is going to be magic. It's going to be a fast one, an 8.60. Way out in front. Hardly a mistake throughout that one. And that puts him on the top spot. He was already on the top spot, but 9.13 at 8.60. Wow, he's way up there. Gantner Chilimbata still in touch, of course, but 9.71 compared to that 8.60. That was a massive time for him. Okay, last three then. Oh, sorry, last two. Linus Beck walks onto the stage. He gets himself set. 10.09. So he was just over the 10-second mark. Needs to drop underneath that if he wants a podium place. Little taps in there with the Fife. Doesn't like the starting position here. Prefers that one. Starting with a side hook as well. And we know the bottom of the ice here is starting to get a bit chewed up, and he's still not settled with this placement. Okay, now he gives the nod. All right, straight into the side hooks for him, and this looks like a good method from Linus Beck. It is fast. Is it going to be podium fast? We watch the clock. That's a big slip, though, and a second one, and a third one. 11.18. He hammers the timing pad in frustration. That was going to be a podium. That was going to be on the time then. It was going to be around about 9 seconds. He has to stick with 11.18. And at the moment, it's all disappointment from Linus Beck as he kicks the ice on the way down and through. Now, we said Mosen with that 10.12, he was good, but we said how much faster he could have gone if he hadn't made those mistakes. We kept him in the back of our minds. Let's see if Mosen can deliver now. He was lightning fast until those errors. Left axe sliding a little bit. Right axe secure, gives the nod. Starts running immediately as the beeps sound. And look at this, like a spider on the wall, claws his way upwards here. Slip with the left Fife, cost him a second, and another one there. Stops the clock at a 9.06 though. Wow, Mosen. Well, he knocks off 2 seconds off his original time and smashes his way onto what should be a podium. Yes, 9.71 is our bronze, 9.06 is his new score, and that moves him up into second place, just above Reza. Oh, it'd be a great showdown between the two teammates if it comes down to that final run, wouldn't it? YouTube is saying the ice is unpredictable. Yeah, it's starting to get that way. It's held up really well, though, throughout this competition. The athletes not slicing through it as sometimes we see in comps. It's been solid, nicely built by the organisers here, so it has been more consistent, which is good. Lars-Erik Dolph on our final round here. 16 runs to decide our gold medalist. Fastest time will take it. Lars is underway then. And it's good from Lars. We've ticked towards 8 seconds, 9 seconds. Mistake there, 10.66. Well, he improved on his times on every run, but it's not going to quite be enough here tonight. Timing pad just adjusted by Park there a little bit, hoiking it over through the cocktail ice shavings, as it's now called. I do think organisers should make a cocktail. We could call it something fancy. Come on, names on YouTube, please. What should we call the Saas-Fee cocktail? And ingredients. Just go nuts. Think of something clever. I can't. Right, June Q Park leaps into those first few moves with the feet skittering all over the place here. Now finds a little bit more pace, but he's really sliding. Just struggling. It's such a strange style, this. Scuttles between movements, all about the upper body, less about the legs, and it just hasn't worked for him that time. So no time, 11.74 in his first run will be the fastest time for him. Next athlete, Min-Chol Kim. 10.79 was his fastest on that second run. I think the ice has settled in a bit, as well. I think towards the end of the women's we start to see some breakages, and I think now the path has been laid down. We're not seeing as many falls. The falls are mainly caused because the athletes are just trying to go a little bit faster with every run. Off Min-Chol Kim goes. Feet slide a little bit, but now he gets his hooks in. I don't know if 10.79 is in danger. No, that slips out. 11.49. So not the cleanest run there in between the two sandwiches himself, but 10.79 will be the one that will matter. The famous Saas-Fee DJ music in the background, getting ready for the Saturday night party where legends are born and things can be forgotten. Samuel Erbel then. Samuel gets himself ready. Off he goes through the starting position. 11.03 is the time he's got to beat. Oh, double slips though. Did he save himself? Just about, but it's ruined his time. He'll get something onto the board though. There it is, 18.19. So outside of his best, 11.03. Not a single person on YouTube chat has come up with a cocktail yet. Come on, guys, what can we call it? The Saas-Fee Flamingo. It's going to be a pink cocktail, ice shavings, and a swan carved out of the final ice barrel on the lead wall. It's going to be an amazing drink. Right, Andreas Gantner, 10.91 and a 10.25. Can he find a second? Oh, cocktail ideas are coming through. Brilliant. Spice martini. Interesting. I like that. Infused with chili. Well, right, Andreas Gantner storms through the first part. Can he keep it together up high? Not quite. It's not going to be a podium, I don't think. 9 seconds ticks away, as does 11. Stops the clock in 11.90. That last axe was buried in, but he also knows it wasn't quite there. His route changing all the time. It's now mainly just on the left-hand side. The side hooks, I think, starting to develop and looking better. Florian Gantner next up. All right, Florian starts the speed upwards. That's a big loss of the right axe, though. He twists off and he's going to let go. He knew it was done by that point. As close as you come to falling off without falling off, as he twisted and rotated all the way through that right Fife, kicking the wall. Unlucky stuff for him. Jan Montreski from Poland, 11.44 is his PB here tonight. All right, finds the side hook, but found it very late in the bottom section, and he's still sticking to mainly face climbing. Now adjusts to the side. That looked like a fall from me. Anyway, continuing on, and a 14.45. It will leave him outside. Yeah, look, I swear he fell off then. This is a good one. Saas-Fee, rum with milk and whipped cream. Saas White, I see. Saas White, rum with milk and whipped cream. That's a good suggestion. I'm not sure about my whipped cream in cocktails personally, but I know there's a lot of people who do like that. Dennis then, on his final run. 12.38 was good on the first one. 13.29 was slower. Can he make up a couple of seconds here? He loves appearing in a final, makes most of his kit himself. Saas-Fee Teeny, like that one. Very good. So Dennis reaches above the angle change, rips out a left tool though. Didn't go anywhere near his face, luckily. Oh, that's a fall almost there in the middle. It's going to be slower. Went for the top, 16.78, not quite, shakes his head, who knows, no one. This ice has developed again here, the run's not coming together on this last run through for the athletes. Well, we're halfway through, and Jonathan Arthur Brown is up next. The crowd went crazy the first time he went. The second time was a bit too wild. Can he find the middle ground here, find something wild but not fall off? Jonathan supporters, let's get behind him on YouTube, please. Here we go. Right, he's underway then. Jonathan Arthur Brown has got to turn the pace on here. Finds a side hook. Sticking with the middle, loses it, falls, and I think he might have stabbed himself there. He's looking, no, maybe not. The way he held his left arm there for a second, I thought he might be in some trouble. I think he is all right. I was looking, sometimes the athletes stab themselves because it's so sharp and a puncture wound, they don't know they've stabbed themselves until the blood starts flowing. I think he's all right. Gave it everything. Jonathan Arthur Brown, though, has to leave with nothing on the night. So Nils Martin Dolf into position. Athlete number 10. Let's see then, the crowd raise the decibels in the ice dome. Loses the right axe, the only mistake he's made so far though, and a 9.60. Ooh, that's good. I'd love to see a leaderboard if possible to see where that slots in. We'll wait for it to be updated. It's going to be in 5th, so it's going to be in 9.60. It's going to be 4th, yes. So just outside of a podium, but in 4th position for him. He improves. Hyun-Sum Lim, 13.77 on that second run. For Team Korea then, off the blocks and underway, reaching high through all those feet. You can see that change in angle there. It was so overhanging he couldn't get a right crampon in. Just saved that right Fife. Explodes again. It's messy and the time hasn't gone now. There is no clock moving. So that will mean highly likely that he's going to rerun that one. Unless it... I don't know what happened there. Did he fall off? Not sure. So he leaves the stage. I'm not sure what's with the clock there. Doesn't display a time, and obviously we want it to display a time. And yes, the judge is coming back now. So something wrong with that starting pad. I think he'll probably have another run on that. It wasn't the fastest, but who knows? Who knows that it wasn't the fastest? If the clock didn't work, maybe you went fast. Maybe you weren't the fastest. Maybe you just smashed it. So timer issue called, technical incident. We will pause things here while we try to sort out the timing pad. Might just need to be reset. There is a clock timing now, but I don't think it was working for that run. So we are in the middle of a technical incident here. The timing pad is in some ways not quite working. Whether it's the bottom pad, the top pad, we don't know. But the clock is running, so they're just obviously recycling through the various options to make sure. They'll test it. But while we're waiting, we can show you now the provisional European Championship results, the current standings. Here we go. So Florian Gantner leading the way over Nils Martin Dolf and Linus Beck, then Jonathan Arthur Brown in 4th. So this is the European Championships. So any non-European athletes will be taken out of this list from the finals, but the finals does work as a kind of double finals. That's the list. And we've got to say, Florian Gantner looks pretty likely to take that title, unless something crazy happens. The women's we showed you earlier on, our top three there in the same system. Not sure what's going on. I have a feeling this is more computer based than anything else. The fact the bottom pad isn't being touched or the top pad. They're discussing as well with the athlete because he'll run again on that run. So it's likely they'll slot him in at the end here. We'll have a little pause. We'll get back to you when we start the action again.
zu und her. Wenn irgendwelche Diskussionen gibt, wird für die Jury und das Video nachgeschaut, ob vielleicht der vorige Kletterer aus Korea eine Wiederholung bekommt oder nicht. Aber es muss fair sein für alle. Deswegen gilt es einen Moment. Und es ist alles mit korrekten Dingen zu und hergegangen. Und deswegen kommt jetzt der Mongoler Saikan Yargal und Meier.
Okay, so the next climber is out. The timing problem sorted out, although it is currently timing. Okay, hopefully sorted out. Second juggle. Let's see what he can do. The clock is working. Is working. Right, okay. I stop panicking. I'll focus on the climbing. It wasn't the best start, but he's now found some speed up towards the top. Big legs are driving his way up with the mountain of a man. Slaps the pad in 11.97. So outside, but his best time so far. Mandak Baya will be out next, his teammate. So here we go, and there he is. Mandak Baya comes on. Everyone enjoying a bit of a party atmosphere here in Saas-Fee, as it always is, as it builds towards the crescendo tomorrow night on that leaderboard, where a few thousand people will be in here. Does raise the temperature a bit, which is nice. It can get chilly. I'm in a lovely warm tent, but, you know, for everyone else doing proper work. So Mandak Baya underway. Clock is working, all good. Hacks that right pick in, loses the left pick. It's not the smoothest. 9.71 though was that first run, and 9.88, so 2 runs in the 9s for him. 3 to go then. And then I think Lim will run again. And it's Reza time. Reza Safdarian onto the stage. Our current leader with an 8.60. 8.60, not 9. This man shoves the timing pad over and back again, making me nervous. Please don't touch it, it's temperamental. So here's Reza wearing those knee pads underneath the trousers. So here we go then. It's fast from Reza. Belay team working hard to keep up with the man. Look at this. Is it going to be another blistering time? Not quite. He falls. 8.60. Just leaves the door open. A crack for Linus and Mosen to come. Think it would have been as quick, if not a little quicker. But that fall has cost him. He'll have to go to the side. Here is Linus Beck then. Not come close enough to really challenge, but it's Mosen who sits in the background, who might put Reza's gold medal in danger here. Linus would have to find something pretty spectacular on this run. About 3 seconds. You never know though. Here we go then. Linus starts to make moves. Up high is good. Side hooks are good. Maybe he can find that 3 seconds. Watch the clock. It's gone. It would have been so close. That little hesitation at the end. I think it would have been right on the cusp of 9 seconds, but it's a 9.72 for Linus Beck. That was very, very good. So Linus down, that slots him into 6th place. It's tough at the top. Look how close it is from 6th to 1st. From 6th to 2nd, everyone in the 9-second mark. Mosen then, the only one who can take away Reza's gold. He's on a 9.06 himself. Reza fell. Did leave the door open for this man. Can he capitalise now? Hammers in the axe, makes sure of it. A little bit of an issue here on our final run. Now he's ready. Motions to him again. He's ready. Right, let's see then. The feet start to pump. Can he beat that 8-second time? Can he go under 9 seconds here? It's looking good. No, it's a slip at the top for the second time. 12.50 stop, but it doesn't matter. But Reza will take that gold medal here tonight. We're likely to see Hyun-Sum Lim run again after that timing malfunction. He shakes his head, disappointed with that slip. The night belongs to Reza's again here. Gold for that man.
Don't go anywhere. Medal ceremony is on the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Let's have a look then at the results as they stand. There was an appeal gone through, but I'm not sure that counts. So let's find out who's won the World Cup, the positions for the men and women. And we'll start with the men. And Reza takes it 8.60 over Mohsin, who just ran, and then Florian Gantner in third with 9.14. Nils after that. Mandak Baya in fifth. Linus Beck, Jonathan Arthur Brown and Andreas Gantner make up our top 8. So you needed to get below 9 seconds to get on a podium, and look how close those times were. Unbelievable stuff. And then we come down our final top 16. Lim score down at the bottom. And look at the women's results as well. Slenj Nyamadu takes it with an 11.29 over Lorena Beck and Aneta Luchetska. That's our podiums. Lee Beck just outside in the 13s as well. Olga Kosek, last week's winner, will have to settle for fifth here. And down to Isabella Kopech on 17.29. Into our top 16. Kat Shirley, not the greatest run for her. She has to settle with 9th. Caitlin Connor as well did well to get into a finals with 24.04. Right, we'll be back tomorrow morning for the lead semi-finals, and of course tomorrow evening for the lead finals. Thanks to the athletes who competed and the organisers here. We'll return for more ice climbing action tomorrow.
Rana was the last stronghold of the Moorish Empire. Due to its rocky landscape, it created this impenetrable fortress and took hundreds of years for the Christian invasion, which happened in the 12th century. Sirana is a village known for its resistance. Whether it be the Moorish Empire, the Christian invasion, the walls and the climbing, and the village is still here today. Its resistance against time is undefeatable. However, in addition to coming to Sirana to learn about history, people now come here to do something different too.
Not a little.